name's Paul. I'm 40 and work at my sister Paige's shop, Panikoi, which sells sweets. I used to work inside the shop. But a few years ago, she started entrusting me with sales, so I'm outside often. But when she needs help, I still serve customers and make sweets.
Paul, you can go ahead and take a break now.
Thank you.
It's amazing how the dinosaur manju you made a few years ago is buzzing on social media now.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm still surprised at that. Actually, long before doing sales, I developed a new product called Dinosaur Manju. Although sales weren't good then, there were a few core fans, so we kept selling them. Then one day, thanks to a gamer who introduced that on social media, it went viral, which boosted our shop sales. Paige and I don't play games, so we didn't know who it was. But we often talked about wanting to thank them in person someday. Every day was fulfilling at that time. Panikori's shop had been favorited by a famous inn called Willow, which used our sweets for their guests. However, the former owner passed from illness, so his son took over. Let me tell you, this second-generation owner is an arrogant person who makes unreasonable demands. A guest who stayed with us until yesterday called and said they want to distribute your manju for their grandchild's wedding. You can do that, right? See? He says things I can't refuse. But I know it's a waste of time talking back. Yeah, I see. Thank you. When and how much should be delivered? 1,000. Day after tomorrow. 1,000? Day after tomorrow? That's impossible! Hey, shut up! Do something! The customer's hella wealthy. Hey, if we do them a favor, they might favor our inn. Is that why you said okay without our permission? So, what if I did? I mean, you can refuse if you want, but if you do, we won't do any more business with you. Seriously? There are plenty of small subcontractors to replace you. God, saying small subcontractors and looking down on us. Our shop business is made possible thanks to our contract with Willow Inn. If it were terminated, our shop would go bankrupt. By the time, the peak popularity of our dinosaur manju had already passed, and sales were gradually decreasing. So with no other option, I had to say yes to his demands. We thankfully somehow managed to deliver the 1,000 manju. Our shop carefully handcrafts each one. So if we're suddenly told to make 1,000, it would be a big challenge. I caused a great inconvenience to everyone, but no one complained. Instead, Paige and the rest were furious. This wasn't the first unreasonable demand from them. After completing the delivery, I called them to report it, but... If you can do what I told you, don't complain about it from the jump. Jeez. Even though this was an unreasonable request, we all worked hard to deliver it on time. Hey, don't you dare talk back! And what the hell is the dinosaur manju? It's so lame. There's no way something like that would be popular. Hey, how about making popular anime characters? What? He even started interfering with the design of our product. Goodness, this person is so clueless. If you sell manju like that, you could be arrested for copyright infringement. Are you not aware of that? Who cares? Because that's not my business. Anyway, hey, stop making those stupid dinosaur manju. Make something more buzzworthy. After saying that, he hung up the phone.
Paul, do you have a minute?
When I turned around, Paige was standing there with a young man.
This is Mr. Mason. He starts today, so can you teach him sales?
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Tom Mason. Nice to meet you too. Paige, didn't you say that just me handling sales would be enough?
You seem very stressed lately and unwell because Mr. Willow's son is giving you a hard time. That's why want Mr. Mason to learn your job so you can take some days off. Besides, he's quick-witted and a good talker, so I know he will be amazing in sales.
Just as Paige said, Tom quickly grasps things and learns fast. He's grown at an astonishing rate. Wow, so amazing how you learned the job so quickly. No, it's all thanks to you, Paul. Where did you work before here? Oh, I was jobless ever since I quit college because of bullying. Yeah, it's embarrassing. I see. Wow. You must have gone through a lot until now. Then one day, I received a sudden call from Willow Inn. Remember the 100 dinosaur manju I asked you to make by today? Cancel all of that, thanks. What? Are you serious? A group of guests who reserved a banquet at our restaurant suddenly canceled. How rude, huh? I'll make them pay the cancellation fee, though. The 100 dinosaur manju that he had requested were almost done. Since there would be many children, he had specially ordered different types of dinosaur designs that would appeal to kids. So it took time. I see. Then I'll calculate the cancellation fee for you. Cancellation fee? What are you talking about, idiot? Are you being serious right now? Yeah, I'm serious. Are you kidding me? We're already struggling with this sudden cancellation, so why the hell do we need to pay? What? Wait, are you really not gonna pay us? That's not going to happen. The contract says... Shut up! I'm not going to, okay? If you don't listen to me, I'll terminate the contract now. What? If we do, your shop will go bankrupt, right? After saying that, he hung up the phone. God, what's wrong with him? Being furious, I immediately told Paige about this and said I would go confront him. She then suggested I take Tom with me. And I actually learned something surprising. I couldn't believe such a thing was happening without me knowing. Paige has always been lucky. And even I, as her brother, am impressed by her incredible luck. Anyways, an hour later, Tom and I were in the Mr. Willow's office at Willow Inn. Like I said on the phone, I will not pay the cancellation fee. If you want to argue back, I'll immediately terminate the contract. Period. Point blank. You wouldn't want that since you'll be jobless, right? Please do. How lucky are we? Huh? Paul, he can terminate the contract, right? Yep. Thanks for all your help, Mr. Willow. He was stunned by our unexpected reaction. I think he thought we'd beg him. Wait, what? I'm really gonna terminate. Are you guys okay with that? Yes, go ahead. You're the one who mentioned that first. You're so funny. Huh? We don't want to continue working with a place that makes unreasonable demands and refuses to pay the cancellation fee? Well, we're done, so we'll get going. Wait, what's going on? He seems dissatisfied until the end. A few weeks later, Panicor's shop's sales increased significantly compared to when we were contracted with Willow Inn. We were all busy this morning before opening time. Actually, that day, when I told Paige I was going to go talk to Mr. Willow, she said this to me.
I'm so pissed! I've had enough. I'll terminate with them and sign a contract with Ichinomiya Inn from now on.
Yep, that day, after talking with her, the purpose changed from complaining to terminating the contract. Luckily, he mentioned that himself, so that saved me from wasting time. By the way, Ichinomiya Inn is a far more prestigious high-class inn, so I was surprised that such a renowned inn would carry our product. At first, I wondered why, but after hearing this from Paige, I understood.
Goodness, so busy. Did you finish cleaning up, Paul?
Yep, spotless as always. I also finished cleaning outside.
Great. Time to open. Huh? Yeah!
Mr. Willow was sitting on the ground grasping his knees. He'd sunken cheeks and was wearing a dirty shirt, looking like a completely different person. Then the next moment, he clung to my leg. Hey! Can you please sign a contract with us again? After that, I reached out to places, but none were willing to. The one I finally found was awful, sloppy, and expensive. On top of that, the inn's reputation has gone down the drain. We're getting terrible reviews, and no one's staying. We'll go bankrupt. Since Paige has a lot of connections, she's already spread the word that the second-generation owner of Willow Inn is terrible. So everyone in the industry knows. That's why he can't find anywhere. Also, I think the drop in customers and the decline in reputation is entirely his fault. This guy is definitely not the type to run a good inn, given his sloppy work. Then, at that moment, sorry if I'm interrupting something. To my surprise, the owner of Ichinomiya Inn appeared. You're Ichinomiya? After hearing that, Mr. Ichinomiya looked at him, but ignored him and said, I wanted to buy some dinosaur manju for myself, since I was around here. Dad, you should have called me. I would have brought you some. What? Dad? Yep, Tom is Mr. Ichinomiya's only son. I never imagined someone like that is working here. So I was surprised when I heard about it. When he was jobless, thinking he couldn't live like this any longer, he took the courage to go outside, and the first place he found was here. He bought and ate a dinosaur manju and instantly fell in love with it. This gave him a reason to go outside again. And he gradually began to remember the joy of going outside. Also, guess what? It was actually he who posted about dinosaur manju on social media. Seems like his father loves it too. So seeing how I was being treated at the Willow Inn, Tom immediately asked his father if they could sell our suites at their inn. And looks like he said yes without hesitation. Thanks to this place, my son broke free from being a shut-in. I can't thank you enough. Above all, the sweets here are truly delicious. From now on, since you signed a contract here, the chances of enjoying the sweets have greatly increased. Good for you, Dad. What? This lame place was able to get with them? Are you serious? How about us? Please do, please! With bloodshot eyes, he thrust his face close to mine and began to plead desperately. But his body suddenly floated in the air. The store's strongest employee was grabbing him by the collar, pulling him away from me. Looking around, I saw our employees lined up with Paige, glaring at him as if they wanted to say, How dare you treat us like crap! Then,
Get lost, bastard!
Paige yelled at him, screaming. He ran off somewhere in a flash. After that, Willow Inn ended up going bankrupt. He started looking for a new job, but no company wanted to hire someone terrible like him. So he ended up working part-time, but kept getting fired after a few days, since he would always argue with everyone. He also indulged in luxury and extravagance, accumulating a lot of debt, and eventually turned to loan sharks. Now it seems like he's working non-stop in a factory introduced by them as a low-level newcomer. When I last saw him, his cheeks sunk even more and looked worn out, like a zombie. Well, he deserves this. As for me, I'm still working hard at Panikori. Thanks to our contract with the famous Ichinomiya Inn, we've been getting magazine and TV interviews, and we're thriving more than ever. Every day's fulfilling. By the way, I had a conversation with Tom the other day. I was wondering why you have a different last name. I use a different last name to avoid being recognized as the owner's son and being treated differently. Mason's actually my mom's last name. I see. Oh, right! My dad said he wants to invite all of you to the inn next time on your day off.
To the Ichinomiya Inn? Wow!
Are you serious? We'd love to!
We need to coordinate our schedule right away.
Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next? Stay tuned for more!